आ गया। So it is about a week after my birthday, and what I'm about to admit makes me know that I'm finally getting old. I am so happy to be back in Nairobi from Mombasa. Like seriously, Mombasa, I love you and I miss you. No, I don't miss you currently. You know what? I'm not missing you currently, but I don't even know what I'm saying. But I am so happy to be back in Nairobi. It is so freaking hot in Mombasa. Like you literally feel the sun and heat in your face all over you. Anyway, I need to show you one of the things that my wife got for me for my birthday. This Bath and Body Works hair and body wash for men. It's freaking amazing. It smells of, it has a very nice woody fragrance. If you can get your hands on this, it will be worth it, trust me. Anyway, it is 2 p.m. I still have quite a few things that I need to get done. We came from Mombasa through the SGR. We sent our luggage through Coast Bus. I will explain to you about that later. But right now, I need to go get the luggage from Coast Bus. Then I also need to deliver some achari to one of my wife's clients. How are people able to vlog while driving? Getting the camera to sit stable on the seat is a complete nightmare. Let's see if I'm able to do this. Hey, Sasa. Oh man, this is crazy. Don't drive while vlogging. Don't drive while making YouTube videos. This seems to be working. Alright, so here's the situation. I'm dropping the achari to the buyer. Then from there I'll go to Coast Bus to pick our luggage. So if you do not know what achari is, this is achari. It is dried mango cooked in some nice sugar, salt, and I don't know, a lot of nice stuff. It tastes super dope. You need to try it if you haven't. Guys, if you are interested in ordering the achari, I'm dropping the number on the description box below. Place your order. Call, text, WhatsApp, whichever is convenient for you, and the achari will find its way to you. So I've just dropped off the Achari. I'm now headed to Coast Bus to pick my bags, then head home. If you want to travel with a train, either from Mombasa to Nairobi or from Nairobi to Mombasa, I highly recommend that you travel very, very light, like extremely light. The entry at the terminus, both in Mombasa and in Nairobi, to where the actual train is quite a distance. And it's not just that. Once you get into the terminus in Mombasa, you have to go upstairs, then again upstairs. They have escalators, but everybody is rushing towards the escalators. It's crazy. They have elevators. The elevators are strictly reserved for passengers traveling on first class. So if you're traveling on economy class like the way we did, you do not want to travel with your luggage. You better get a service that will courier your luggage to your point of destination and just go and collect it once you get there, like what we're doing right now. It's much easier. It is 2 bags weighing approximately about 30 kilos. Coast Bus charged us 700 shillings for the 30 kilos. That's about $7, which is quite affordable, I think. I'm gonna let you guess which is mine and which is hers. And that is how you get 30 kilos up 3 stories. So guys, this is not a critic video. I'm not here to badmouth anybody. If at all, I think traveling with SGR is a very nice way to travel from Mombasa to Nairobi or from Nairobi to Mombasa. But what I'm here to offer is sort of my experience traveling with the SGR. Now, I'm not embarrassed to admit that it has taken me this long to travel with the SGR. I mean, come on. There are some of you who are watching me right now that have never watched the Game of Thrones. So it is what it is. I think it's time maybe we need to look at the SGR in terms of, is it an efficient way to travel? I don't think so. It took us about 4 hours, 45 minutes from Mombasa to Nairobi. We left at 3:15 p.m. and arrived in Nairobi at around 8:05 or 8:10. Between 8 or 8:10, I can't remember. But your journey starts earlier than 3:15. This is what happened. We had to be at the old railway station in Mombasa by 12:30. That means we left home at 12, right? So we left home at 12. We were at the old railway station at 12:30. We were at the Mombasa terminus at around 1. The train left at 3:15 p.m. It reached here at around 8. I think we got home sometime around 9 at night. Count those hours from 12. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took us about 9 hours to travel from Mombasa to Nairobi, which is approximately more or less the same amount of time it takes you to travel by road. If you go by bus, Mombasa Nairobi takes you about 9 hours by bus. If you go by your own private means or by your own private car, it takes you less than that. Let's look at the cost. It's 1,000 shillings per person, either Nairobi to Mombasa or Mombasa to Nairobi. For you to get to the SGR terminus, if you are going via Uber, you'll have to pay roughly another 1,000 shillings. If you are to take public means, say you take a shuttle, they charge you 200 shillings. So if you go by Uber, that's already 2,000. If you go via shuttle, that's 1,200. Okay, this math is getting a bit confusing. So the train is 1,000 bob. Let's call this option A and this is option B. So if you take an Uber from the city center to Miritini terminus, it's roughly around 800 shillings. Could be between 800 and 1,000 bob. If you take a shuttle, that's around 200 bob. It's about 200 shillings, right? So if you get to Nairobi, from the Nairobi terminus to home. Then do Uber, roughly another 1,000 shillings. If you do take the shuttle, is then roughly around another 200 shillings. Do the total, that comes to roughly 2,800 shillings. This one comes to roughly 1,400 shillings, right? This 1,400 is what it costs you to travel on bus, right? Buses charge you anything between 1,200 to 1,600, so you're not very far off. If you're using Uber and you're traveling, if you're using Uber on both sides, you're looking roughly at around 3,000 shillings. Is traveling by train experiential? Is the experience good? The answer to that is yes and no. Yes, because one, they keep time. If they tell you 3:15, it is 3:15, not a minute before, not a minute after. 3:15 means 3:15. The coaches are well conditioned. The temperature in the coaches is very comfortable. The AC is full on, so it's really comfortable sitting in them. No, because the seats are extremely uncomfortable to sit in, because you basically seated upright in this position for 5 hours. You cannot move. You have no room, no leeway to recline the seats. The seats themselves are very hard, so after 5 hours of sitting in that position, you reach your destination feeling very tired, and you probably, if you have back problems, it is not a means for you to want to travel. It is experiential. The experience is good again because at some point the train passes through Tsavo National Park, so you're treated to nice views of wildlife like zebras. I saw zebras, I saw giraffes, I saw elephants. Yeah, so there's quite a number of sightings of elephants, which is really beautiful. Again, it's very relaxing because the views, again, the sceneries are amazing. It just makes you realize, it makes you appreciate the kind of country that we live in. We live in a very beautiful country. The views that you're exposed to if you travel via SGR, they're phenomenal. They're spectacular because your eyes are left seeing nothing but blue and green, you know. And right now it's a bit rainy, so the vegetation, or rather the forest cover is really green right now. So you can imagine the sceneries of the blue sky ending where the green earth begins. It's beautiful. It's amazing. And then there's the security situation at the SGR terminus. I think it's a little bit over the top, just a little bit. I mean, you get searched or checked about 4 or 5 times, if I'm not wrong. 4 or 5 times. I mean, it's okay. I'm all for keeping everybody safe, but I think that's being a little bit generous with security. Then I just remembered one of the most important things, how the attendants really treat guests. You can tell from their body language. The words say different things, but their body language speaks totally the opposite. The words coming out of the mouth are "excuse me," but the body language is more of "get out of my way." You can tell that these attendants or the SGR employees or the train employees are really not happy. Is traveling by the train through the SGR all that bad? No, I think that would be unfair. In all honesty, I would personally give it an average, say a 5 out of 10, but that's my personal opinion. And I think it's because I believe there's a lot that can be done in improving on the experience aspect of it. You know, make the travel more comfortable for the travelers. You know, such as looking at how they put people through the security checks and probably improving on the seating arrangements or the seats that they have in the coaches, improving on the customer service, like the customer service, and making those attendants or the SGR employees be motivated and happy with working for the SGR, working for the Kenya Railways, would go a long way in improving on the experience aspect of traveling with the train. And finally, all this is based on traveling with the train on the economy class. Economy class is what I think a majority of the public uses to travel with. I think that's it for today. Please remember to subscribe if you haven't, like the video, remember to hit that bell button to get notifications every time I post a video. And if you do all that, Bingo here is going to be very happy.